deserve the best.
This summer, give your child the edge at Huntington Learning Center in Huntersville. Our K-8 summer program builds skills, confidence, and motivation. Get $600 off for 30 hours and $900 off for 45. Spots are limited. Also offering military test prep. Visit huntingtonhelps.com.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
Good morning and welcome to Heart Mooresville, your small town radio show with a big heart. I'm your host, Christine Patterson, bringing you all the Mooresville news and happenings. And we have a special show today because we have almost, so not the whole experience and engagement team, but many of the experience engagement team, because we all wouldn't fit in the studio.
No.
Yeah, we're growing. We have a big team. But we've got the experience engagement girls in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, so let's do some introductions. We've got
Amy Sherrill, Arts and Events Supervisor.
Morgan Teodorovich, Marketing Coordinator.
Alyssa Anderson, Experience and Engagement Marketing Manager.
welcome, ladies. So we're going to talk about all of the things that experience and engagement does, why we do it. You're going to get all the tea on the upcoming events. But before we get into all that, we like to keep our listeners informed for our In the News segment. Okay, so we had a grand opening in Mooresville. I guess it was last week, maybe the end of the week before. So Picasso Mediterranean. If you have never been there, it is
Delicious.
excellent.
One of my favorites.
Yes, we patron that restaurant for lunch many a day during the week. It really is amazing, and owner Michael Bay does such a fabulous job with all of his restaurants. So they celebrated the grand reopening on July 22nd, but it was actually their 1-year anniversary, and they also unveiled a new name, which is Picasso Mediterranean. Instead of taqueria, I think it was.
Yeah.
And a substantially expanded menu. They have like chicken Alfredo now. They have many. Yeah, they've added so many menu items. So it's not just like nachos and tacos. Like you can get all different types of food there now.
Yeah.
So if you attended the grand reopening of Picasso, then you might have enjoyed some wine, some samplings from some of their menu, their signature dishes. They had chicken, lamb, salad, hummus. Oh, it was amazing. So Michael Bay actually bought the old Burlington Mill, which is where this is housed. It's on Main Street, Mooresville. If you're familiar, this was really just a rundown mill. There were no uses or no plans to do anything with the building. So Michael Bay really had this idea to come in and make this something truly special. So now Merino Mill, which is the new name, is filled with restaurants and shops and office space. There are tons of great businesses that are located in the mill. Greenworks is down there. Dane is down there. So tons of our big, employers. Yes, lots to do. So Mayor Carney, Mooresville mayor, was on site and presented a proclamation to Michael Bay that commended really his vision for the space and celebrating that there are now 50 thriving businesses located there.
Crazy.
I know. And he said there's like 1,000 people that work there
I thought
now.
it was closer to 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
We did a tour there a couple years ago
When they-
before all this happened.
Yep.
It was a big tour.
Yeah.
They have a
lot
boxing
going on.
ring in the basement
there?
there.
What?
I think
In
it
the
is.
basement, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't
Yeah.
that random?
Yeah.
I would love to go box in
We
that
should do
boxing
it.
ring. We should
So
do
that's
like
what we're going to do after this. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Yeah.
box in the tournament. I love it. But yeah, it's right there in the basement. So he also Michael Bay owns Alino Pizzeria and Barcelona Burger and Beer Garden, which is also in the Mill One complex. So lots of great restaurants there. And I think I can tell a secret. They're going to be opening another restaurant there
I'm
soon.
really excited.
Yes.
Yes.
And I heard that you're going to be able to get a good steak there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we need that downtown.
Yeah, I don't think we
Another
can
place.
share the full concept, but more details coming soon on that new restaurant that will be opening down there. So congrats to Michael Bay
Yeah.
and
He's
happy
awesome.
1 year
He's
anniversary.
so gracious too. He's
Yes.
always giving us a little free ice cream samples every time we
Oh,
go.
I know. If
Yeah.
you've ever been to Picasso, then I think you would have seen
Yeah.
Mr. Bay coming
Yeah.
around with his tray of Ben and Jerry's.
Yes.
And
yes.
he
Mhm.
gives them
It's
out.
Tiny
just-
samples.
It's just like in his soul, though. He just
Yeah.
wants to make sure everybody leaves happy and full. And,
He is.
Definitely
and we always do.
hospitality to the bone.
And
Yeah.
it's very like quintessential Mooresville
Mhm.
hospitality, even though he is actually from overseas,
Mhm.
but he fits right in
He
Yeah.
does.
with
He
that
does.
that Southern hospitality. I love it. All right, another story I want to share. So, Express Vending Library is bringing books to Selma Burke Rec Center.
Oh,
So,
this is cool. I saw the
yeah, so it's very exciting. So, land obviously is becoming more costly, and there are limited options for expansion. But the Mooresville Library is getting a little creative to try to reach as many residents as possible. So, the latest example of that is they opened this express vending library, which recently constructed and opened at Selma Burke Recreation Center. And it really is truly like a vending machine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can walk up to it. There's like over 200 books that you can scroll through. You can they turn so you can see like half of them, and then you can flip through, and then you just check it out like a regular
Mhm.
library book.
Kinda
Like,
like Redbox for books.
Yeah, it reminds
yes,
it reminds me of Redbox and like a jukebox, the way
Yeah.
that like they would
yes,
flip through
Mhm.
it
like
is
the
Kinda
old records and
retro.
a
stuff.
red
Yes,
box
it's
Yeah.
cool
jukebox
for
mashup.
books.
I love that.
Yeah, for books.
It's so
It's
good
cool.
for the
Cool.
kiddos too in that
Yes.
area, to just be able to walk up and get a book.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the library's not always
Mhm.
located near
Accessible for
you.
people.
So I
yeah.
love
They get
that.
to leave summer camp and maybe pick a cool book up on the way home for the weekend. That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Library vending.
I love
What
it.
are they going to come up with next? Well, it is accessible 24/7, and can also handle book returns. So not only can you
Mm.
check
Oh,
out the book,
cool.
you can return the books at that location, which is even better.
That is.
And of course, it is on Selma Burke campus, and it's really the library's kind of first, venture into this new world of vending. It and the address of that is 781 Agape Drive. But staff are hopeful that this is just the first example, and that they'll be adding additional areas in the future.
I think
So
so.
stay
I
tuned.
think they will.
Very cool. And then I want to talk about the Full Bloom Film Festival in
Yes.
Statesville.
Yes.
So you guys know I'm excited about
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
We have wanted to bring a film festival to Mooresville as well. So maybe in the works, maybe in the future, we
Mhm.
have a little spin, a little Mooresville take on the traditional film festival. But Statesville has a great one, and we fully support it. We love what they're doing in Statesville. This is actually the 10th anniversary of the Full Bloom Film Festival. So they announced on Monday the full schedule of screenings, events, and the programs that will take place for this year's 10th anniversary. The festival is September 11th through 13th. It's in downtown Statesville, and they really activate. They do a great job because the locations of the events that are a part of this festival really give you a good, kind of tour of the downtown
Yeah.
area. They do different events at different locations.
Mhm.
The festival, it's 3 days total. There's more than 40 independent films around the world, filmmakers around the world, featuring narrative features, shorts, documentaries, animation, filmmaker panels, more. The Statesville Convention and Visitor Bureau is the one that helps support it and that is their title sponsor. But it kicks off September 10th, with an outdoor screening of The Goonies,
Oh.
one of my favorite movies from a kid, at 7:30 on Broad Street Methodist Lawn Church lawn. So you can take your blanket, grab dinner from a food truck, and just enjoy. And then it is packed over the next few days with activities. They have, film screenings, red carpets, VIP meet and greets, roundtable events, live music, after parties, all the fun. So you can get different ticket options, VIP passes, festival passes. You can find out all of that on fullbloomfilmfestival.org. So check it out. All right. We'll be right back with Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News.
We'll be right back with more Heart Mooresville on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, don't forget the rain gear on the way out the door for our Tuesday. The cooler temperatures hanging around too, thanks to some cooler air and some rain at times. We'll be lucky to make it into the low 70s for our Tuesday afternoon. And be ready for the occasional rain shower at any time, start to finish. We'll fall off into the low to mid 60s Tuesday night, low 70s with scattered rain likely heading into our Wednesday. That's your forecast with the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville presents live music on Saturday night with a performance by My Better Half. The husband and wife duo brings energy and chemistry to the stage while their music spans a wide range of genres and eras. Call 704-872-9990 for more information on the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and the My Better Half show on Saturday night, all at the 500 Club. Kick back, relax, and enjoy movie night in the plaza at Brookdale Village in Huntersville with Lights, Camera, Brookdale. Film Classics take over their jumbo screen on Saturday with a showing of Madagascar at 7:30 p.m. Want dinner during the movie? Contact Concierge by 4 p.m. on Saturday to place your phone order and then pick up at the Concierge booth. Lights, Camera, Brookdale presents Madagascar on Saturday night. See the top riders from the Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship as they compete on a custom-built course at ZMAX Dragway. The playoff opener features a two-moto format for the 450cc class and 250cc class, promising plenty of drama and excitement from the moment the gates drop. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets, a track map, and information on other 2025 events. Looking for fashion that fits your style and your budget? Green Jeans Consignment is back September 9th through 14th at 601 Milestone Venue in Concord. Shop, consign, or both. Get all the details at greenjeansale.com. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
Looking good, Mooresville. I mean, you're sitting at that traffic light too. Might as well be looking at something. Heart Mooresville continues now on WSIC.
And we're back with Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News. We have the experience and engagement team in the studio. All right, well, we have lots to get into, ladies, but before we do, I want to talk about the Mooresville Police Department. So, got to give a plug for Mooresville PD. So, they are so supportive of our department. We had an amazing event that we're going to talk about from this past Saturday. We're talking about in a minute. But we could not do these events without the Mooresville Police Department.
No.
They're such an integral part of what we do, whether it's crowd control, road closures. I mean, just, overall security in general. They do an excellent job of keeping everyone safe.
Yeah.
And I love that on social media, we were scrolling through the comments and seeing so much of the positive feedback. And I love that one individual pointed out, like, they saw the presence there and that they felt safe.
Yeah, I saw
Right?
that one.
And
That's important.
Yeah, it is. We want them to feel
Yeah.
safe at these events because anytime you get a large crowd of people together in one place, there is a risk of potential liability there. There's a risk of, higher risk of things happening. And so we always want to make sure that people are safe, and Mooresville PD do an excellent job.
They're so great.
And
So-
I really like the that they kind of like take a chunk of it too. Like they are really like they feel like they're
They're
being held
invested.
accountable and they're invested in it. Like
Yeah.
they come to the meetings and they give us input
Oh,
and like all
yeah.
of it. Like it's
Totally
important.
involved
Yes,
in the
involved,
planning.
100%.
They do, of course, a risk plan for
Yep.
this, an EAP plan, which is an emergency action plan, but very involved in the planning, the placement of vendors, all
Mhm.
of it.
They care.
Well, they are looking for more skilled and amazing officers to add to their team. They actually are hiring for they have several open positions right now. There are so many benefits. The town of Mooresville actually just completed a pay study, a pay and compensation study for the entire town, and the Mooresville PD, even fire, they really significantly changed the pay structure, and it is a very, very appealing, offerings that they have right now. So I'm just going to run down a couple of the benefits and salary information. If you are someone that is looking for employment and are interested in joining the Mooresville Police Department, of course, there are some requirements. You have to be a U.S. citizen. no felony convictions, must be at least 20 years of age, have a high school diploma or GED. And then there's several tests that you have to pass, like a polygraph and a written and oral test, physical, and of course, all of those normal pre-screening, employment pre-screening screeners. The annual starting salary is $53,160. So pretty decent starting
Yeah.
salary. But really, that range, the hiring range is anywhere from one. And once you're sworn, it does increase to 59,000. So the range is 59,000 to 100,000, and that can vary based on the prior experience and education. Obviously, if you have a degree, that can raise the salary. So very large, salary range there, and a good salary range that
Yeah.
that you could come on at. Also, there are extra and off-duty opportunities for overtime and off-duty rates, which are $50 an hour. So a lot of the events that are hosted in Mooresville, whether it's a permanent event like the Mooresville Food Truck Festivals, or something at one of the schools. Those are all opportunities to get off duty pay,
Mhm.
and that's really like cash in hand to
Yep.
It
these
is, and it's a minimum of 3
officers.
hours, so it's worth your time
Yeah,
too.
so there's lots of availability to earn more pay. There are training certificates that you can get pay incentives for that. Longevity pay, of course, the town once a year does longevity pay, and they give that in November before Christmas so we can shop. Also, there's a take home car benefit. So if you live within 30 miles, you can take your car home. So you've got vehicle access there. So tuition reimbursement, gym and fitness reimbursement. There's paid holidays, vacation leave, their retirement, 401k, all of the things. So there really is tons of benefits to being, Mooresville PD. So if you are interested, make sure to go to mooresvillepd.com. You can also email the recruiter at mpdrecruiting@mooresvillenc.gov if you are interested. So we'd love to have you join the team, and we'll get to work with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to work with all these wonderful experience and engagement ladies.
Right.
What could be better? Okay, experience and engagement team. So we did our introductions. We've got a great mix of the team here today. Now, our Charles Mack Citizen Center crew, they are busy working events at
Yeah.
the Mack, so could not join us today, but we'll definitely have them in the studio soon. But we have our arts and events supervisor. We've got our marketing team. Lots to talk about. So I guess the first thing I want to get into is really explain what experience and engagement does. And I will just give a brief overview. So the experience and engagement department oversees a wide variety of activities in Mooresville. So we have the Charles Mack Citizen Center that I mentioned, our town's event and conference venue. We oversee that building, of course, for rentals, town programming. We host our own indoor concert series at the Jovi Knox Auditorium. So lots going on there. And we have a great staff. Shout out CMCC staff that work there. We also have the Arts and Events Division, puts on all the great festivals and concerts. We have a marketing division. Shout out marketing team in the house today. We also have a permitting division, and we have the new division, the customer experience. So customer experience is new. So we are tasked with creating a new customer service one call for all program. Now, this program is really going to be a game changer for the community. We haven't said a lot about it yet. We did put out a survey to gather some feedback, and we hosted a focus group. There will be more opportunities to give your feedback. That is just the first one. But we're really trying to be intentional about creating a program that really gives citizens the opportunity to give their feedback, to weigh in on these big decisions that we make, for the town, and also how you get and receive information. So we're working closely with our communications team and making sure that we're putting information out on platforms and methods that people are seeing them. So whether it's in the town water bill or social media or flyers at places that you frequent, we want to make sure that you are getting the information. And we know that's not a one size fits all. We know social media is not the only method of communication because not everyone's on social media. We may need to put up a billboard for people to drive by. other than knocking on your door and coming to you to
Calling
tell
you.
her,
I don't know
we're
if we
trying.
get desperate enough.
I mean, maybe. I
Yeah.
think Morgan probably would. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll put Morgan on that.
We'll see.
We'll just come and individually knock on doors and say, here is what's coming up. But we really, really do try to make an effort to notify the public of everything that's going on and what they need to know about. So this One Call for All program is really what that's about. It's creating that method for people to find out and ask questions, and whether it's a pothole that you want to report and get information on, or you want information on upcoming programs, finding that out. And then also follow up. So if you have questions about a road project or a pothole and when is that going to be fixed, really making sure that we are communicating any updates about that and the follow through. So making sure that, we're closing the loop on that communication, but also giving you updates on that, as that project progresses. So all of that will be part of this. And it, like I said, it really is a game changer for the community. And then we'll also be doing some customer service training for that entire town, which everyone can benefit from customer service training. I think we have some people that are great at customer service in the town, but definitely everyone can benefit from that. So that's kind of the overview of our department. So we have some staff in here today, and we want to talk about just kind of the kind of some of the information that we put out. So one of the things that I want to ask are, how do you feel events and community programs contribute to making Mooresville feel more connected?
For me, I feel like I'm a Mooresville native, so I can speak upon how I feel. I feel like it builds traditions. I think that's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of events in
Yeah.
Mooresville. I always go back to the Christmas parade. That's one of the oldest events that I remember happening growing up, and it's that nostalgic, just memories made, families coming together. Whether you visit businesses downtown or you just come for the parade. I don't know. I just feel like that's something that I want everyone to feel
Yeah.
at our events.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
the more we do them, the more that will happen. But
Yeah.
that's kind of one of the main reasons why I do what I do.
That's
with
kind of
town.
how I
Yeah.
feel about Rock the Park also.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's just like I feel like we kind of like brought that back to life because it used to be Music on Main over by
Yeah.
Town Hall. But there is just something about like seeing little kids that have never met each other before dancing in front of the stage
love it.
together, and like getting all of the senior citizen center community that comes up and like shags when we have beach music. Like it kind of
love
just gives
that.
me the chills. Like I
Yeah.
just
And
love
couples that
Oh my
come. The
God.
one
Oh my
couple
gosh,
we
that's
always
my
see.
favorite part. Yeah, they're
Yes,
always
yes.
dancing. And
I love it.
It's just the
Yeah.
joy of people coming together with great music.
Yeah.
And
Connecting and
it's connecting. It's free.
Yeah.
Everyone can come. It's not costing you anything
Yeah.
to come. But yeah, that's kind of
it gives
all
you
of
the
it.
warm and fuzzies.
It does. It
Yes.
does.
It
It makes
helps
it all
you-
worth it.
Yeah, it helps new residents as well because, like you say, you're a Mooresville native. I'm not.
Yeah.
So this honestly is a great opportunity to see what's going on
Meet
and meet
people.
people,
Mhm.
and I love it.
Explore
Yeah.
downtown.
And Morgan, you're probably the newest to our
Yeah.
team. Well, almost.
Almost.
And kind of seeing that, like, joining our team and seeing just being a part of the Mooresville community now, is that kind of different than what you've seen?
Honestly, it's just the commitment of the team to putting on these events is blown me out of the water because I just did not know how much. I know what goes into events. It's a lot, but the commitment of this team putting on these massive events is just amazing to see, and it really warms my heart. It makes me so proud to be a part of this team.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
what we want.
Yeah.
Community pride. We want people to feel
Yes.
good about their community,
Connected.
that they can
Yeah.
be a part of. All right. Well, thank you so much. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back talking to Experience and Engagement Team for the town of Mooresville here on WSIC News.
Stay in the know with all things Mooresville. Heart Mooresville continues next on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Now, don't forget the rain gear on the way out the door for our Tuesday. The cooler temperatures hanging around too, thanks to some cooler air and some rain at times. We'll be lucky to make it into the low 70s for our Tuesday afternoon. And be ready for the occasional rain shower at any time, start to finish. We'll fall off into the low to mid 60s Tuesday night, low 70s with scattered rain likely heading into our Wednesday. That's your forecast. With the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
With 5 area locations, Desco is your go-to resource for electrical supplies. Albemarle, Mooresville, Salisbury, Statesville, and Lexington. No matter where the job takes you, you're sure to be close to a Desco. Shop now at DescoInc.com.
Harrison's is the home of Work Western, and wow! For nearly 30 years, our family has been boots on the ground when it comes to work. We have the largest selection of in-stock boots in the Carolinas and the best workwear brands like Harriet, Carhartt, and Wrangler. Find us on Norman Station Boulevard in Mooresville.
I'll be honest, I wanted to be a diva. Why feel guilty? Let me help you be a diva for a few hours a week. Yes, I'm Andrea, owner of Spotless Cleaning. Our guarantee? It is very special. If you're unhappy, we'll do it again. Still unhappy? Your fee is donated to a charity of your choice. The Docinho de Coco Guarantee. To honor my grandparents, who taught me both a spotless house and time to live life big are important. Spotless Cleaning and C.com.
Take your life by the reins and let the horses at Willow Equine heal and empower you. Located in Mooresville, our services help with trauma, anxiety, depression, and addiction. Love life again. Visit willowequine.com today.
Swing for Hope at the Next Chapter Station Golf Classic on September 22nd at the 500 Club in Statesville to help bring hope and comfort to children fighting cancer. Your support helps us deliver the book Luke and the Lost Bell to 1,000 hospitals. Register, sponsor, donate at nextchapterstation.org.
Hey folks, you know Randy Marion is the king of price when it comes to buying a new vehicle or a premium vehicle. But how about king of price when it comes to the service department? Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville, Randy Marion Ford Lincoln in Statesville has you covered on tires, brakes, batteries, wipers, you name it. Any service you need on your vehicle, regardless of the make or model, come see Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville Service Department or Randy Marion Ford Lincoln Service Department today.
Ready to take control of your weight with real medical support? At Renew Specialty Group, we offer semaglutide, tirzepatide, and now retatrutide with complimentary consultations, personalized plans, and real results. Visit RenewHealthWellnessNC.com. Your transformation starts here.
Welcome to a Bible Minute with Pastor Randy Mitchell from Temple Baptist Church in Statesville.
The Bible says in 1 John chapter 2, verse number 15, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." Folks, when God talks about loving the world is not just the breaking of the Ten Commandments. The world is a system, and the worldly system is orchestrated by Satan. It feeds off of our fleshly, sinful nature, and it's everything about us that wants to influence us and affect our life toward things that dishonor God. The next verse talks about the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life. These are all the things, the categories of the love of the world. But obviously, a relationship with God is a love relationship. We have to make a choice. You can love the world or you can love God, but you can't do both.
Thanks for listening to a Bible Minute with Pastor Randy Mitchell here on WSIC.
It ain't easy being number one, but we make it look good.
WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. An important reading of U.S. economic activity has dropped, and now in response, Wall Street is dropping too, erasing early gains, and with more stocks falling than rising, the Dow is down 0.33%, as is the S&P 500, NASDAQ down 0.25%. The market reacts to the latest on U.S. services activity. The Institute for Supply Management's report finds non-manufacturing business operations stagnated in July, essentially neither contracting nor growing, as employers cut jobs due to falling demand and rising costs. When President Trump announced back in April that big tariffs were soon coming, U.S. companies started importing items aggressively ahead of the levies taking effect. They appear to be done with that now. A mass decrease in importing helps explain the U.S. trade gap with other nations, falling 16% in June to the lowest since 2023. Imports of goods sold to consumers dropped to the lowest since summer 2020, the height of the pandemic. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Radio.
Nothing but the best talk.
The area's best talk.
WSIC.
All things Mooresville to keep you in the Noseville. Join in the conversation by calling 844-STUDIO-4. Now, back to the show.
All right, we're back with Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News, talking with the experience and engagement team for the town of Mooresville, one of our newest departments within the town of Mooresville that is responsible for planning all the large-scale events, festivals, entertainment that you see in our downtown area. We have many of the team members here today. So one of the things I want to ask, so Amy Sherrill is an arts and events supervisor for the team. What are some of the signature events? So I know there's a lot of events throughout the year, but what are those signature events that we have?
Okay. So we have our Rock the Park concert series. So we actually have one more concert left.
Yep.
It is Buffett and Beyond, the first Friday
Woo-woo.
in September. So we're looking forward to that. We also have the Symphony into the Stars, which will be the first Friday in October. That's our third. Fourth year hosting
Third,
that.
yeah.
Third year. So that's exciting. And then beyond that, we have Mooresville Motorsports, September 30th. That's another big one. It's on Main Street. And then we also have Classic Christmas coming up in December. And then the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame back in
Ooh.
October.
People are
So-
excited about that
Yes.
one.
So we're excited about that at the high school campus.
Yeah, and that's really that's a good list of kind of events that seems like it spans like you're having something every
Yeah.
season,
Right.
Yeah.
How do you decide what types of events? So as a supervisor, you're looking at that. You have all these different events. How do you decide what events to have?
Well, I think we try to plan purpose. So something for everyone. Not
Yeah.
everyone wants to come out in the
Yeah.
heat
Mhm.
for Rock the Park. So that's always pretty popular. But we also do an indoor series for some of the older folks that want to come in and do an indoor concert where they're not suffering in the 95-degree heat.
Yeah.
We also, try to stick to like what's unique to Mooresville, like motor
Mhm.
sports celebration.
Yes.
Race City,
Yes.
USA. We
Yeah.
are. So things like that. We try to just plan with a purpose and not just plan an event to have an event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
feel like we look for gaps too, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, is there something that we maybe have heard through the grapevine that other towns have done that were a success, and not that we're copying, but just like we want to bring
Yeah.
it here
Yeah.
so it's
We wanna-
more readily
Yeah.
available for our
Yeah.
community.
We're definitely always engaging,
Yes.
looking at other things,
Yes.
wanting to see like, oh, that would be cool to do in
Mhm.
Mooresville too.
Let's put our
Yeah.
own twist to it.
Mhm.
And one of the things that the team does a really good job on is incorporating feedback into
Mhm.
the programming. I've seen a lot of instances of that happening. Morgan, you being kind of in charge of social media, how does that get somebody makes a comment, what are ways that you gather feedback and incorporate that into programming?
Yeah, community feedback is honestly so important
Mhm.
because how are we going to know if somebody enjoyed the event and what they're going to come back for? So we always look for that community feedback either through Facebook comments, through people reaching out to us directly, or post-event surveys. We
Mhm.
do those as
Mhm.
well. And it really, really helps us improve our events and learn what went wrong at previous events, what went right. I love hearing people's positive feedback, but I also love hearing that constructive criticism because it lets us improve things that are common concerns that we hear
Yeah.
mostly
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
limited parking spaces, limited ADA parking. And so we've made a point to cater to those needs. We have a free complimentary shuttle normally
Mhm.
for events, and we added extra ADA accessible parking. And it really, really helps improve the
Yeah.
event overall, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Especially when you don't have to ride or, look
Yeah.
for parking. I mean,
Yeah.
parking is always an issue at any festival
Yeah.
that you go to,
Anywhere.
any town,
Mhm.
because anytime you have, 10, 15,000 people coming to one area,
Mhm.
there will be issues with parking, right? You're either going to have to walk farther than you normally do.
Yeah.
It's just not your
Yeah.
typical everyday
Yeah.
experience.
And
So I think,
sometimes the best feedback is what they tell you at the event,
Yeah.
because
Face
we
to face.
can't.
yeah,
We
Mhm.
try to think of everything. I think we do a great job at trying to, but sometimes we miss things. So
Yeah.
sometimes there's comments that you hear
Yeah.
at the shows. Like, oh yes, we'll definitely keep that in mind and make sure that
Yeah.
happens next
I
time.
will literally walk around and try to listen for
To
what people are
conversation.
Yeah.
saying just to get that feedback because I
Yeah.
want to know. I don't want someone to come up to me and be like, "Oh yeah, no, everything was great. We loved it," and have no other feedback. Like,
yeah.
tell me what you want us to improve upon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think that's important to talk to people that come to
Mhm.
the event because one, you kind of get an idea of what types of people are coming to your event, but also, what their experience is.
Mhm.
And
It's all about the experience.
it
Yep, it
is.
is.
And I think, for most of you, what I see is, that is also one of the reasons that you kind of do what you do and serve in this
Mhm.
field is because you do have that passion of, wanting to create experiences for people.
Yeah.
And talking to people is the best way to get an understanding of their experiences and meeting new people. And so I imagine that, obviously you guys talk to many different people that attend these events, but is there a story or kind of a moment that really just kind of reminded you of this is why I do what I do?
Yes. Me, yes, for sure. I feel like at a lot of the events that we do, I always can kind of like pinpoint one thing that just kind of like warms my heart a little bit. Most recently, on Saturday at the Rock the Park Festival of Food Trucks mashup,
Yes.
as people were filling in the lawn, I noticed a younger girl with her family, and she just seemed so excited to be there. And I was like, "Oh, okay, like 38 special. I know I grew up on
Yeah.
classic rock with my dad, and sometimes you have that like family connection. So it's like to
Yeah.
finally be able to see this band that you
Yeah.
have wanted or have listened to nostalgically.
Yeah.
So I had my camera. I do a lot like the event photos with the marketing team, and she came up to me and she was like, "Could you take my picture in front of the stage?" And I was like,
Aw.
"Of course." Like I just, sometimes I feel like the lights kind of shine upon you and like
Yeah.
I am the person for that.
Oh.
So I like set her up. I took a couple different angles and she
Yeah.
was like, "This is like the best day of my life." And I was like,
Aw.
"That is."
And for the younger
And for a
generation
younger
too.
generation, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So kind of like fast forward into the event a little bit. I kind of was standing side stage, just, enjoying the crowd, enjoying the show. And there she was. You could see her. She had a white shirt on. You could see her. And then she had a sign in her hand. And I was like, how cute. Like, that's kind of like your
She
dream is like
made
you
a
go to see,
sign.
So come to find out she has a family member who's sick. And that's kind of like her connection to the band. And her sign said, "Can you sign this for me?" And,
Aw.
we had our production team go back there with the sign. And I think she was
Yeah.
able to get it signed
I think
for
she
her.
did. I think I heard. Yeah.
And it's just like that is so important to me. And like having, even if it's just one person to have that connection and like we know that it
Make that
happened.
memory.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
That's what it's about.
That
It-
is
it really
that
is.
is exactly what it is about.
And what a great experience for her to get to
Yeah.
not one, but to get to do that in your own hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is pretty amazing.
Yes.
I know one of my favorite things that you guys do is pick somebody out of the crowd to do a meet and greet
Yeah.
with the band,
Yeah.
like just as a surprise. And I know that's always not a thing, but depending on what the band is willing to do. But I've witnessed some pretty excited
Mhm.
people as
Yes.
part of that.
Oh my
and just
gosh.
like a special thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, I appreciate what you guys do to make those experiences special
Because
for
people
people.
bring memorabilia with them
Oh, yeah.
in just
They're
hopes.
hoping. And,
Like,
like-
not even, they're necessarily not even going to get it, but they're just like, I have my cowboy hat, or like, I feel like somebody
My
threw
shoe.
my boot on the
Yeah.
stage one time. And we're just like,
Yeah.
don't throw things at the artist. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like,
Just
it's
hoping that
so-
it would
yeah,
happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think you get that kind of more hope when it's in your hometown.
Yes.
When it's at a smaller venue,
Mhm.
like at Liberty Park.
Yeah,
You
I
certainly
agree.
wouldn't think you would get that at PNC.
No, no.
Or a bigger venue. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of this, you talk about the signature events, a lot of this what really started with the 150th anniversary
Yes.
for the
Yeah.
town of Mooresville,
Yeah.
which was 2023. We were 150 years old, and a lot of this programming didn't exist before that.
right.
So really, as part of that celebration, the kind of signature event lineup was formed, and so that's where a lot of these big, annual events came from. So yeah, that's pretty special that now we get to enjoy that every year. All right, well, we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back here on Heart Mooresville with WSIC News.
There's more Heart Mooresville on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, don't forget the rain gear on the way out the door for our Tuesday. The cooler temperatures hanging around too, thanks to some cooler air and some rain at times. We'll be lucky to make it into the low 70s. for our Tuesday afternoon. And be ready for the occasional rain shower at any time, start to finish. We'll fall off into the low to mid-60s Tuesday night, low 70s with scattered rain likely heading into our Wednesday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville presents live music on Saturday night with a performance by My Better Half. The husband and wife duo brings energy and chemistry to the stage while their music spans a wide range of genres and eras. Call 704-872-9990 for more information on the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and the My Better Half show on Saturday night, all at the 500 Club. Kick back, relax, and enjoy movie night in the plaza at Birkdale Village in Huntersville with Lights, Camera, Birkdale. Film Classics take over their jumbo screen on Saturday with a showing of Madagascar at 7:30 p.m. Want dinner during the movie? Contact Concierge by 4 p.m. on Saturday to place your phone order and then pick up at the Concierge booth. Lights, Camera, Birkdale presents Madagascar on Saturday night. See the top riders from the Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship as they compete on a custom-built course at ZMAX Dragway. The playoff opener features a two-moto format for the 450cc class and 250cc class, promising plenty of drama and excitement from the moment the gates drop. Click on CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for tickets, a track map, and information on other 2025 events. Looking for fashion that fits your style and your budget? Green Jeans Consignment is back September 9th through 14th at 601 Milestone Venue in Concord. Shop, consign, or both. Get all the details at greenjeansale.com. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Got a sick kid? Your holistic house call pediatrician is just a call or text away. No waiting rooms, no stress. Real care, real connections. 24/7. Back to the way healthcare should be. Call or text Dr. Trey at PedsMD at 980-983-0643.
Looking good, Mooresville. I mean, you're sitting at that traffic light too. Might as well be looking at something. Heart Mooresville continues now on WSIC.
All right, we're back with Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News, talking with the experience and engagement team for the town of Mooresville that puts on all the large-scale events, manages permit events, really overall experience in Mooresville. So we've talked a lot about kind of why you guys do what you do and what are some of those just really, really sweet moments that kind of pull it all together and remind us of why we do this, right? And we went over some of the signature events that we bring, but I do want to talk about upcoming events and then how people can get involved. So I know you guys probably get a lot of questions about, can I volunteer? Can I be a sponsor? How do I be a vendor at your events? So let's start with vendors. So obviously there's food trucks, there's, vendors that sell things. If someone has a business and they want to get involved in these events, what do they do?
The first thing I say is go to Mooresvilleevents.com. I'm thinking of my email. Mooresvilleevents.com. And if you scroll down a little bit, there's 4 bubbles at the bottom of that website.
4
Or
on the
bubbles.
homepage.
On the homepage. Yep, that's it. Mooresvilleevents.com. Scroll down on the homepage. And there are interest forms that you can fill out. If you are a performer that you potentially would like to do one of the Rock the Parks in the future or any of the programming that we have where we involve music, you can fill that form out. There's a sponsor interest form. There's a vendor interest form. There is, what's the other one?
Volunteer.
Volunteer, thank you. Volunteer interest form. And
Nice.
Yeah, and then it all kind of gets filed into one little spot on our website, and we send it to the right people, and they'll reach out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to be a vendor, you can go to mooresvilleevents.com, fill out that interest form, and let them know that you want to be part of those events, and someone will reach out to you. Now you mentioned sponsorship. So what is that? And that process is the same.
Yeah.
If you want to be a sponsor.
Yep. Yeah. There's kind of like broad questions that are mostly on all 4 forms. And then on the sponsor form, you can kind of like click what event you would be interested in partnering in and how much your, the monetary portion of that as well,
Right.
and a whole bunch of different things.
And obviously, these events do have sponsors, and you
Yes.
guys do an excellent job of making that come to life. So so at the event Saturday, I mean, Habit Burger was
Yep.
like throwing out T-shirts from the
Yeah.
stage, and there was such a presence of the sponsors that were there, and they seemed very happy.
Yeah.
They were very engaged with the people as
Yeah.
well. Everyone was super pleased with them, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, and I think that, obviously that's a super important part of what you guys do, because all of the programming that you guys have, except the indoor concert series and some of those ticketed shows at the Mooresville Performing Arts Center, are free
Yeah.
and open to the public.
Yep.
Right.
And I'm assuming that sponsors are what
The
make
reason.
that happen, right?
They're the reason.
They are the reason.
So
They're the
if
reason.
you are interested, if you're a sponsor and you want to get involved, you can go to mooresvilleevents.com, fill out that sponsor contact form, and you can too be a part of these wonderful experiences.
Yeah.
Yes, queen.
Thank you. So also volunteers are a really, really important
Yeah.
part of the event.
They are.
I
And
think we had probably at least 12 volunteers,
awesome.
maybe 18 volunteers. Now I'm thinking about it, that helped us out Saturday.
Yeah, I think I heard Leslie say
Yeah.
it was like 20.
Yeah.
Leslie Dedevo is actually the volunteer
out to
coordinator.
Leslie.
Shout out Leslie.
She
So
is amazing.
she is. So she keeps those volunteers in
Busy.
yes, in line, engaged, all of the
She
things.
keeps all of us in line and engaged.
She
Let's
does.
Be serious.
We're all kind of scared of her, actually. So we just do what she
She's
says.
just really, really good at her job.
She
and we
is.
appreciate her.
Yes.
She couldn't be here today. She had a meeting
Yeah,
because she
and
works all the time.
She does. She was like, "No, I can't. I'm working." So yeah, she wouldn't come. But I think no, she definitely does an excellent job, and there are so many people that do want to be involved in the events, and there's also tons of ways
Oh,
that
yeah.
they can be. I mean, some of the
Some are like, I mean, looking at it could be from the town. If you work in the town, you can volunteer. You have volunteer hours. It could be organizations. We have a lot of organizations like Exchange Club, F3, and then just like single volunteers
Yeah.
that want to sign up with the portal and just want to be there.
Yeah.
We had her name, but she handed out water all night. Her and Paul Somerville, and I was exhausted watching them. I mean, they were amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
and just for people that may be interested, what are some of the things other than handing out water
Yeah.
that they could be doing at these
Yeah.
events?
I'm trying to
Well,
think.
they help if we have any type of family fun activities. They help assist with lines, crowd control. They can assist with helping out putting out our signage
Yeah.
if it's pre event setup.
Clean up as well.
Yeah. They can help. Typically we get flowers for signage. They can help place those. It's just organizing.
Giving out maps,
Yes.
interacting with, just being like kind of like a human directional,
Yeah.
like where to go, what's happening in what direction.
Yeah, wayfinding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
All of the things.
we definitely rely heavy on volunteers. And
Yeah.
appreciate them very much.
Well, so if you are interested in being a volunteer, you can also go to mooresvilleevents.com, fill out that contact form, and you will be contacted to be a part of the wonderful events that happen.
Yep.
Now, there are many events coming up that I want to talk about and make sure that we get in. So the next opportunity to come out would be September 5th, and that is
Buffet
for
and beyond.
Buffet and Beyond.
This is gonna be a big one, I think.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
kind of like close out summer.
Yeah,
We always say you can't have summer without Jimmy Buffett, right?
I agree.
And I would say that was like one of the most well attended.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
they were here?
I was
It-
blown away by the amount of people that came for that.
Yeah.
It was
It's
so
it's
hot.
busy. I remember handing out. We had the beach balls.
Mhm.
We had the glasses,
Lays
the
and
lays.
glasses, yeah.
Everyone had a
Yes.
great time. They were dancing.
Yes, it was fun.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So September 5th, and that is 6:30 to 8:30. Vendors, food trucks, and breweries will be on site at 6 o'clock. Openings, you can get something to eat, get a brew, and then just put out a
Bring
blanket.
your chair.
Find your seat.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah. Free event, open to the
Mhm.
community. Of course, that is presented by Habit Burger this year. So Habit Burger will be on site along with some of the other sponsors, giving out all the free swag. There's prizes.
It's gonna be cooler, so
yeah.
you don't have to fight the heat. Hopefully,
Mhm.
September
Yeah.
5th.
Yeah.
So,
So come out and join the Experience and Engagement team or Buffett and Beyond on September 5th at Liberty Park. Also, September 30th, the Mooresville Motorsports Celebration. So this event is annual event. So the team has partnered with the North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame.
Yep.
So the Auto Racing Hall of Fame, if you're not familiar, is a museum
It is.
located in Mooresville. There's tons of racing memorabilia. Don Miller, who is a former employee of Penske and runs that museum, does an amazing job. He is like the
We love
expert
Don.
on all
gosh,
things
yeah.
Penske and racing, and obviously was a part of the sport himself, and really has a legacy career and such a great person to run that organization. But they induct 2 new Hall of Fame members every year that are included in the Walk of Fame on Main Street in downtown Mooresville. There's not a lot of space left. I feel like they're going to have to expand.
They're gonna have to, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
This year, Ryan Newman
Mhm.
and Greg Biffle.
Biffle,
Right?
yep.
Yeah,
Biffle.
Biffle.
Yes. Greg Biffle. So those are the 2 inductees this
Those are
year. They are very exciting.
Mhm.
So there will be an induction ceremony at 5 o'clock as part of this event. The event is 4 to 7.
Yes.
The induction ceremony takes place at 5 o'clock on stage in downtown Mooresville, at the corner of Moore and Main. And there will be other activities too. Like what else
Some
will be there?
racing activities. I know Leslie's working on getting some like fun racing activities. We'll have several food trucks. We'll have a kind of a mini car show, on one side of Main Street. So it'll be a good time.
Oh, nice. A classic car show.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a car
Everybody
show.
loves a car, especially the cars that come out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Especially in Mooresville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Race City USA, right?
Yeah.
Well, that is Mooresville Motorsports Celebration. That's September 30th in downtown Mooresville, 4 to 7 p.m. So don't miss it. Then after that, before that, I
Mhm.
guess, September 13th,
Big one.
B3.
Bands, Brews, and
Ugh.
Barbecue.
We are
E3.
so excited for that.
And the national acts are,
Night Ranger
And
and
Jefferson
Jefferson Starship.
Starship.
woo,
Mhm.
2 national acts.
I know.
Mhm.
Now, last year there was only 1 national act.
Yeah.
Jody Messina,
Mhm.
who
Yes.
put on an amazing
Such a
Mhm.
good show.
performance.
She did.
Yeah.
But this year, 2 national acts,
Mhm.
Night Ranger and Jefferson Starship,
Yeah.
regional band,
Dial Up.
Dial Up Radio. Everyone loves them.
Yeah.
They are
No, they're
such a
so
great job.
good.
Yeah. So wow, what a lineup of music.
Mhm.
I
Yes.
mean, that's going to be such a fun experience. And then the food trucks are like the best
Yes.
barbecue food trucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got barbecue, food trucks. If they're not primarily barbecue, they're going to feature a barbecue item.
Yeah.
We're hoping to have at least 20 on Church Street. So lots of food trucks.
So fun.
Yeah.
And then there's a family fun zone.
Yep.
Mhm. And a beer
Yeah.
garden.
The beer garden, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So that obviously will be such a fun time. That September 13th at Liberty Park and Church Street in
Mhm.
downtown Mooresville. And then you can always find out all of the information on mooresvilleevents.com. Now, there's one more event that I want to talk about on October 16th.
Yes. The
And
Thursday.
that is the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame induction ceremony at the
Yes.
Mooresville Performing Arts Center. So that event is going to feature performances and the inductions for many of our local North Carolina artists, Clyde Maddox, David Childers, Dexter Romweber, Hattie Leaper, Robert Deaton, and multi-platinum recording artist Luke Combs, who
Yes,
will
you
be
heard it
on
right,
site.
Luke Combs.
That is amazing. Luke Combs is coming to Mooresville to perform. So you can get tickets for that at northcarolinamusichallofame.org. And then, of course, all the lineup of events at mooresvilleevents.com. Thanks for listening, guys, today. I'm so glad we got to talk to you all. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next week here on Heart Mooresville and WSIC News.
Serving you better than ever before. 1059 100.7 WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.
Got a Toyota? Get it serviced at Quality